Hey everyone, this is Brandon Veller with Freedom Enneagram Coaching. If you're new to Freedom Enneagram or to the Enneagram itself, I'd invite you to go check out the Season 1 playlist. Or if you're just coming into Season 2, you might want to go back to Episode 17, which is Season 2, Episode 1, and see where we're starting this time around. If you're more of an audio person, or if you just want to hear this content again in another way, or if you know someone else who's an audio person, you can find the Freedom Enneagram podcast anywhere that you get podcasts. And finally, I would so appreciate it if you would go like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm at Freedom Enneagram Coaching on both, all one word. You can leave me your Enneagram questions, you can leave your comments, and I will do my best to answer them. I'm so happy that you're watching today and that I get to talk to you about the Enneagram. Okay, today we're talking about Enneagram Type 3. Now, I'm going to be going through some typical traits and characteristics of the Type 3, but that doesn't mean that every 3 will necessarily display that trait. So if you're a 3, or if you think you are, or if you know a Type 3, and some of these things don't resonate or fit, that's okay. The traits and characteristics may not match, but pay attention to the core motivations. Let's get started. As usual, in this season, I'm starting by referencing Marilyn Vancel's Self to Lose, Self-Defined. She calls Type 3 a reflection of God's hope and radiance. 3s desire things to be great and for themselves to be great. They want to, as she said, experience the radiance of the original human state. They imagine what could be. So 3s want to be seen as this awesome, wonderful, radiant thing. Again, I've said it each time, but please remember that each Enneagram type is part of a triad. Type 3 is in the heart triad. These types are social types that lean into their emotional understanding, their emotional intelligence. But they don't always deal with their own emotions well. Connections and relationships are very important for them. In the heart triad, the first reaction is to feel rather than to think or to do something. The dominant emotion for a type in the heart triad is shame, but each type is going to deal with that in a different way. Type 3s repress their feelings in order to be successful or to look successful. They are experts at playing roles, whatever role is necessary to be liked and be a success in that situation. 3s can be the most out of touch with their own feelings, and they try to deny their shame by performing well. This can lead to an intense drive to be outstanding as a way to stave off these feelings of shame and their fears of failure. As always, when I say that the heart triads deal with they feel rather than think or do, I don't mean that Type 3s don't experience things through their instincts or through their head, right? But each type has a particular strength in the triad that they're rooted in. Okay? 3s interpret their success as markers of their value. They believe I am loved and respected if I perform and accomplish much. They tend to hold the motto, I am what I do. Type 3s are people who measure themselves by their achievement and the roles they play. They are ambitious, accomplished, competent people who often excel at what they do. But 3s can become very competitive, excessively driven, and they can even be fake in order to try and achieve the high level of success that they desire. They can be show-offs, promoting their talents and their ambitions and their achievements so that they get noticed. 3s can adapt to the situation. Somewhere along the way, they accepted the message that it's not okay to have your own feelings and your own identity. So they've become experts at role playing. Whatever role is going to help them be successful and noticed and thought well of in that situation. They can scope it out and they can quickly adapt and assume that role. In one work that I read, and I'm sorry I don't remember exactly where, there was a story of a type 3. Type 3 had died, and this was someone who had gone to the funeral, and they were really good friends with this type 3, and they had a specific activity that they used to do. At the funeral, though, they met a number of other people, and each one of them had a completely different description of this same person. And it was all there, they were all there for the right guy. But this type 3, when he was with the first person, he was this way. He wore this mask or played this role. But when he was with this other group, he had a totally different thing. And he was like top tier, thought of well by the different groups, but it was a totally different thing. He was one way with one set of people and one way with another, so that he could be liked and well thought of and succeed in that social circle. Excuse me. The type 3's core fear is that they will be seen as not being enough. Like the type 2, they fear not being loved or valued. This is why they focus on their achievements and the attention of others. What the 3 wants most, their core drive, is to be loved and to be wanted and to be valuable simply for who they are without performing. The feelings of shame that are common with the heart triad, though, make it hard for the 3 to ever take off that mask, to stop playing the role, to stop the performance, and to just be themselves, even though that's what they so desperately want. They don't believe that they will be loved for who they are. They believe they'll only be loved for what they do or for their performance. They want to be loved for who they are, but they can't believe it'll happen, so they can't stop performing. And when a type 3 fails, when they are unmasked in any way, shown that they weren't as good as they acted like they were, that shame rushes to the surface, and the 3 has to double down on playing roles so that they can get the attention and admiration they don't believe they're going to get any other way. All right, if you look at the Enneagram diagram, the 3 is in between the type 2 and the type 4. So those are the wings of the type 3, meaning a 3 can be a 3-wing 2 or a 3-wing 4. If you take a test or you talk to someone that says they are a 3-wing 7, the test is a poorly written test, or the person is confused about the makeup of the Enneagram. Just like with an airplane or with a bird, the wings are on the sides of the body, not somewhere off at another angle. So the wings of an Enneagram type are only the 2 types next to the main type. So on a 3, it can have a wing 2 or a wing 4. That's it. Both the 3-wing 2 and the 3-wing 4 have their main type and their wings in the heart triad. Okay, they're both 3s, but these wings can change the way the 3 looks and acts and feels. A 3-wing 2 tends to be warmer, more personable, more encouraging or sociable, and they would enjoy being the center of attention. This type can also be seductive. A 3-wing 4 would be more focused on work or on success, and they can be more introspective and looking in and thinking of their own things. They are more sensitive and tend to be more artistic. Again, if you look at the Enneagram diagram, the type 3 is connected to the type 9 and the type 6. These lines and arrows, which you can see with a quick Google search, show how the type 3 changes or accesses the other types in times of stress or times of health. In stress, the 3 will take on characteristics of the type 9. They can become disengaged and apathetic, and they'll numb out to try to hide from the stress. In times of health, the type 3 will take on characteristics of the 6. They can become more cooperative or committed to others rather than just to themselves. They can become aware of their feelings and reveal who they are behind the mask and behind the role. A type 3's root sin or vice is deceit. For a 3, the end justifies the means. So whatever they have to do to present the right image and be successful, they will do. So some falsehood, some bending the truth, some outright lying, it's not a problem if it helps me create the right image. Now this ties in directly with the type 3's defense mechanism, which is called identification. They shapeshift so often and so well that they tend to forget that they are not the role they are playing. They are not the mask that they're wearing. They're not the image that they're putting forth. But this image is so important to them that they will identify more with that image or with that role or with the qualities that they want to be seen as having than who they truly are or what they truly want. Now, I would like to finish by talking directly to the type 3. 3, you are loved for yourself. You are worthy for who you are. You can know and feel and fully accept that you are worthy, not just because of what you accomplish, but because of Jesus. He found you worthy enough to die for. He loved you enough to die for you without you performing, without you doing anything to earn it or deserve it. And not only that, he has given you his righteousness, his record of good and perfection. This means that you can stand in this. You can stand on Christ's righteousness, on his accomplishments, rather than working to show off your own. Jesus loves you for who you truly are, not for what you do. You can rest in him, you can trust in him, and you can be who he made you to be because he loves you and he finds you worthy of his love. You, not your mask, not your performance, not your role, not your list of accomplishments, but you. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your comments. Make sure to subscribe here and then go follow me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. Share this video. Go find the Freedom Enneagram podcast anywhere you can find podcasts. Share that. Send me Enneagram questions. If you're interested in doing any type of coaching, whether that's one-on-one, whether that's a couple, a family, a small group, a church, a school, a business, anything, you can send me a direct message on Facebook, on Instagram. You can email me at freedomenneagramcoaching@gmail.com. That's Freedom Enneagram Coaching, all one word. This is Freedom Enneagram Coaching. I'm Brandon Veller, and my goal is to help you discover who you are, uncover who you are meant to be, and to live free.